but a shot clock violation. And now Bonner.
Did you see that? Right from the tip-off of Game 2, the tension between Caitlin Clark and DeWanna Bonner was impossible to miss. That fiery exchange between the Indiana Fever's rookie sensation and the seasoned Connecticut Sun forward set the stage for what would become one of the most intense playoff games of the season. But this was more than just a clash between two stars. It was a battle of wills, of veteran dominance versus rookie hunger. And ultimately, it marked the dramatic conclusion of Caitlin Clark's historic rookie season.
Yeah, obviously a tough one, especially because we've climbed all the way back in and definitely had our opportunities late. And then a few different miscues, and it's back to a two-possession game, and we couldn't quite get over the hump there. So, like AB said, like it's a good little taste of, you know, what's possible for this organization and for this franchise. And there's a lot for us to, you know, hold our heads high about. You know, this team won 5 games 2 years ago, so we're a young group, a pretty inexperienced group, but we came together and had a lot of fun playing with one another. And that's sometimes the worst part of it, is like you feel like you're really playing your best basketball and then it has to end. And but like I said, proud of this group, stayed resilient all year and had a lot of fun together.
In this video, we're going to dive deep into every detail of this confrontation, how it shaped the game, and why it will be remembered as one of the most pivotal moments of the WNBA playoffs. From the opening clash to the Fever's final push, stay with me because this game had it all. Heading into Game 2, everything was on the line for the Indiana Fever. After suffering a blowout 93-69 loss in Game 1, the Fever knew their season could end if they didn't pull off a win. Caitlin Clark, fresh off a historic rookie year, was carrying the hopes of her team on her back, while veteran Aaliyah Boston and DeWanna Bonner controlled the paint.
DeWanna, what went into the thought process of putting you on Caitlin Clark in the first round of the playoffs?
I don't know if it was a thought process, but they've been playing extremely well, especially with 2 dynamic guards. DeJanae's been our best defender, and Kelsey been killing it since, you know, All-Star break, so we made the change to move her there, and then it was like next person up was me. I don't know if it was necessarily like, oh, I want this challenge, because she's such a great player. She's not your typical rookie, but in order to, you know, win the championship, you gotta guard the best player, so I'm up for the challenge.
This wasn't just about survival. It was a chance for Clark and her teammates to prove they could rise to the occasion when the pressure was at its peak. From the very first whistle, you could feel the tension. The Fever came out aggressive, knowing they had no margin for error. But it wasn't just the gameplay that had everyone on the edge of their seats. It was the tension simmering between Clark and Bonner that brought the drama. Just 3 minutes into the game, the moment we were all waiting for happened. Caitlin Clark, known for her ability to drain deep threes from nearly anywhere on the court, attempted a shot from near half court with DeWanna Bonner closely guarding her. The shot missed, but on the way down, Bonner collided with Clark, sending her sprawling to the floor. No whistle was blown, and Clark wasn't happy about it. That's when things got heated.
Sorry to interrupt, Rebecca. Getting into it with a fan who she was going back and forth with in the front row and pointing it out to the officials. And now the officials calling on security to take a look. As Clark and Bonner have a conversation now too, and they're going at it.
What is happening here?
A lot of activity early in this game.
There sure is.
And now security is going to have a conversation with that gentleman.
This wasn't just about the missed call, though. This moment was a symbol of the playoff stakes. Clark, determined to prove she could hang with the league's best, wasn't going to be intimidated. Meanwhile, Bonner, the veteran who had been through countless playoff battles, was showing that experience matters.
DeWanna, we were all sitting here talking about just how amazing it is that you continue to play at such a high level. When your rookie season was in 2009, you've played in multiple playoff runs and championship runs. How would you describe what this one means to you?
Oh, listen to you telling my age a little bit. I kind of consider consider myself like a little bit of a late bloomer, you know. When I won those championships, it was very, very early in my career, and I had, you know, vets in front of me where I had to, you know, I didn't have that pressure where I didn't have to be the leader. I kind of just came in and did my role. I actually came off the bench. I was 6-1 Women of the Year for like 4 years straight. So being in the playoffs here in the beginning, it was a lot different, and I had to learn. Like, yeah, I won championships, but I wasn't one of those, you know, key players in Phoenix. So I had to learn. I had to figure out these moments. I had to grow through the losses that we took in the playoffs, and now I feel like I'm better and I understand it a little bit more.
The clash set the tone for the rest of the game. Physical, emotional, and incredibly tense.
Caitlin, what changes for you mentally when your first shot goes in like that?
It's nice to see it go down for sure. I thought what we started really well was getting stops and pushing in transition. Obviously, we slowed down a little bit, but that's what we have to get back to. We get stagnant in the half court, so we have to get stops down there.
All right, I'm calling you spicy, Caitlin, tonight. I see you get into it with the fan, with the refs. How do you maintain your composure but still keep that edge?
Stay focused about what's on the floor and my 4 other teammates that are right here with me. I think that's most important, and I thought we got a good start, but can't let them back in after we get a little lead.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Before we continue, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and help me reach that goal. Your support means a lot, and it keeps me going. All right, let's dive back into the game. Despite the early confrontation, the Fever responded with energy. Clark and Aliyah Boston led Indiana to a quick start, jumping out to a 14-6 lead in the first quarter. Clark was everywhere, knocking down shots, creating plays, and leading her team with the intensity she's become known for. But the Sun, a team built on experience and depth, didn't fold. By halftime, Connecticut had clawed back to take a 41-34 lead. The Fever's early momentum seemed to fade, and with their season on the line, it looked like they might run out of gas. But Clark and her teammates weren't done yet. The Fever stormed out of the locker room in the second half, going on a 7-0 run to tie the game at 41-41. For a brief moment, Indiana even took the lead, 77-75, with just 2 minutes left in the game. Clark had racked up 25 points by then, tying the record for most points scored by a rookie in a Game 2 playoff appearance. The game was there for the taking. As the game entered its final moments, the Connecticut Sun's experience began to take over. Alyssa Thomas, who had quietly dominated throughout the game, turned it up a notch, finishing with a 19-point, 13-assist double-double. Her leadership and poise allowed the Sun to control the pace when it mattered most. Despite Indiana's best efforts, Connecticut closed the game on a crushing 12-4 run, securing an 87-81 victory that sent the Fever home and propelled the Sun into the next round of the playoffs.
I think the word that Caitlin just used when she said resilient, I think that's what I'm sitting here. You know, we're all competitors in that locker room, and so it doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good to leave here and not have the opportunity to get another one and an opportunity to move forward. But the resiliency that these guys showed all year, but God dang, give Connecticut credit, right? Like, they are an extremely good team. Proud of these guys for how we played on Sunday, and they took from that and really did what we asked them to do tonight and gave ourselves a chance to win. Really proud of these guys, but these guys are hungry, and like AB said, it sucks. Like AB said, they were having to, that it ends now.
Got 2 in the front row, go Doug, then we go Chloe.
For the Fever, it was a heartbreaking end to what had been a promising season. For Caitlin Clark, it was the final chapter in an unforgettable rookie year. The confrontation between Clark and Bonner wasn't just a playoff spat. It was a moment that highlighted the differences between a rookie eager to prove herself and a veteran unwilling to yield her position. Clark's fire and intensity are part of what makes her a star, but Bonner's response showed the value of experience and composure in high-pressure situations. For Clark, this loss will sting, but it also sets the stage for what's next. She proved throughout the series that she's not afraid of the spotlight, and this clash with Bonner is just the beginning of what's sure to be many fierce battles in her career.
Yeah, it's definitely different for me. I feel like basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast, and then I came here and was trying to give everything I could to this team and kind of move on and put all that behind me and help this team, you know, get back to the playoffs. So I feel like taking some time to myself and really enjoying that and reflecting back and, you know, it was special. There was a lot of things that this group accomplished that, you know, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again. So
For Bonner, this game served as a reminder that she's still one of the most formidable players in the league. Her ability to stay composed in the face of pressure and her willingness to stand up to rising stars like Clark proves why she's still a key figure in the WNBA. So, what did you think? Did the clash between Caitlin Clark and DeWanna Bonner define Game 2 for you, or was it the Suns' experience that sealed the deal? If I'm being honest, I think that moment between Clark and Bonner was the heartbeat of the game. It showed just how much was at stake for both teams and how personal these playoff battles can get. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and your support would mean the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.